Hello, my name is Carly Kroll, and today I will be talking about the Woodstock 1999 festival and how it kind of ruined the reputation of the original Woodstock held in 1969. This is a classic, spot the difference, that we all know and love. They're kind of fun. I like them a lot. I had created my own, and the photo held on the left is Woodstock 1969. The one on the right is Woodstock 1999. I would like you all to tell me the difference between these two photos. I think it's a little bit obvious, and it kind of gives you like a little bit of heads up on what I will be talking about today. When you hear the name Woodstock, you think of peace and love and maybe some good music like the Beatles. But if you compare the original Woodstock Festival to the one held in 1999, there's a huge difference. In 1969, over 400,000 people showed up to a farm in Bethel, New York for 3 days of music and peace. And in 1999, there was another festival held in Rome, New York at an old Air Force base. Turned out to be pretty hot and crowded, and it ended in anarchy, as some photos you'll see. The first Woodstock, it really wasn't a concert or a festival, it was a movement. It symbolized peace and love and harmony in a time of war and conflict. I will butcher this name, but it's all going to be okay. This is Swami Satchidananda. And he was a prominent religious teacher, and he had opened the Woodstock Festival held in 1969, and that kind of just gives you a little heads up. I already said that. A little heads up on their mindset and where they were and how peaceful everything was. I do have a quote from him, and it reads through that sacred art of music, let us discover peace which will spread throughout the world. I also have a quote from a concert goer, and they had said, this was 3 days of peace and music, and we showed that 500,000 kids could come together and have nothing but fun and music. That says a lot. In the late 1960s and early 70s, they had the same message. John Lennon saying, all we are saying is give some peace a chance. Woodstock 99 was a complete different story. It was 30 years later, and they tried to recreate the old Woodstock Festival. And peace and love kind of turned into anger, and they lit everything on fire. Fred Durst of Limp Bizkit told the crowd on his microphone, he said, do not let anyone get hurt, but don't think you should mellow out. It's 1999, baby. Let's just keep breaking stuff. And that is totally what happened. There were a ton of riots and fires, and there were injuries. MTV's Kurt Loder had said that it was not safe to be around. The entire scene was a war zone. When you compare the two, it brought people together through music, but for very different reasons. I think in 1969, it was all peace and love, and that's what they sang about. And in 1999, it was complete destruction, hard rock music. Everybody was going crazy. In 1969, people were brought together by music, and 1999, it kind of totally ripped them apart. It does not erase the memory of the original festival, but it shows us what can go wrong when there's no peace and love anymore. Yeah. If Woodstock taught us anything, it's that we need to be more peaceful, and it's much better to be surrounded by people who are in that mindset, and everybody requires love. So that was my speech.